Alright, so here's my tent setup. I always show my tent setup. Now, one thing I didn't do this time around was show you me setting it all up. However, so what we got going on right now is I've been showing on every episode that I camp out at. I got several layers right there. I got 2 regular wool blankets. I got a 0-degree sleeping bag, and I got my heavy-duty wool sleeping bag. Heavy-duty wool blanket. Excuse me. So that's what we got going on right now. There's one thing I have to be cautious about this time around, because right now we're in the winter time, the end of December, and there's still some hunting going on here. There's been some hunters coming and going. Some hunters that parked right across from where I'm camping to walk behind the camp to go up that ridge with their bows. But right now, today is pretty windy out right now, and we got some expected extreme heavy hard winds over the next couple days. So as of right now, I have this tarp pretty well secured. It is an old brittle tarp, so hopefully the way I secured it, hopefully the strong winds won't come up and rip it off, because I have heavy duty spikes in the ground holding it down. I do allow a little bit of leadway, some play in them, so it's not as a direct force of a rip. So I don't know, it's pretty windy out. The winds are strong. I don't know, we're gonna see what happens. I got the bed all set up. My cot is in there. I got 2 regular wool blankets, a 0-degree sleeping bag, and my heavy-duty wool military grade wool blanket in there. But we're gonna be below freezing over the next couple of nights, and with what I got set up on the inside, it's gonna be great. Now, on the bottom, I have a tarp folded in half, and then also folded again. So we have basically triple layer protection with just the tarp I have underneath there. Also, what I've been putting on the tarp, on top of my tent in the cold weather, I have this thermal blanket, which is titled a thermal blanket, but if you look at it, it actually looks like a tarp. It's got 4 grommets on each corner, and it's about a 4x8. But what I did, I laid that on top of the tarp that's on the bottom of the tent, under the tent, excuse me. So anytime you're preparing the cold weather camp in a tent, you want to secure and start from the bottom and work your way up. As long as your bottom is creating that, you got a barrier of protection there, that's going to help out a whole lot. Also, on the inside of the tent, I use one of my comforters as a layer, a blanket layer, like a rug. So now I do have a backup blanket in there. It's a very thin, lightweight blanket. I don't see me needing that. If anything, that's probably going to be an extra pillow source if I need it. So right now, I don't know if we're going to do much exploring for this first day out here, because I just got set up. There's a few other minor things I need to look out for. The other thing is too, I need to limit on how much I have out here while the winds are going. So I got my 2 poles supporting the tarp in the position that it's in. I may have to do a backup guy line on the corner pole that I have over here. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Actually, you look at it, it's right there where I'm pointing at. So, and one thing I noticed right in here, a lot of the foliage is down, so you can see that whole ridge line, or you can see into it pretty well. So I may pull out the binoculars and kind of check that out. I may be able to use my thermal FLIR today. A lot of the foliage is down, so that's a plus. I don't know how many people are expected to be out here through this week. The one spot where we do the group campouts, there is a canvas tent set up. There was no vehicles. It looked like it was a closed-in canvas tent. Over in the corner, there is a tent set up over there, those people have been there for months. I don't know if they're living there or they use it to come and go. I don't know. It's the same setup that's been there for the last 3 months. So I don't know what their deal is, what they're doing. So I don't know if that's what they're living there. They're homeless. I don't know. Strange. So anyway, if they're smart, they have only so many more days to get out of here, because as of January 14th or the 16th, I think they lock the gate up there. So if they come in here and that gate gets locked, they're SOL. Shit out of luck. They're stuck here. So, but anyway, I'm going to jump off here for now. I'll bring you guys back. Maybe I'll chit chat with you guys a little bit this evening. I may do a little scouting around before it gets dark. Sun is starting to go down. There is some clouds up there, so I'm going to be trying to check out the weather here in a little bit and see what's going on. Anyway, guys, I'll bring you back here a little bit. So you guys remember me telling you how brittle my tarp is? Well, right after I got done filming on the last little segment, a heavy wind just picked up the one side of the tarp. So what I did, I took it and folded it up in half, which is actually giving extra protection on the outside, on the one side over here, as you see over here to the right, and I have it secured with a guy line running in the back to keep tension on it. So this is going to be a little different. It's not going to look the prettiest, as you see, but it's adding extra protection. So I wanted to show you guys I'm working the best I can with an old brittle tarp. Yes, I need a new tarp. I will be getting one eventually. There's one I'm looking at that's actually a lot thicker. It's a heavy duty tarp, so weather resistant and all that good stuff. But again, we're making do with what we got, and we will be below freezing tonight. So, but again, on the inside, I'm secure. I'm ready to go. I just wanted to bring you guys back real quick and let you know what was going on. So. Ooh, there's some eye shine. There's a deer over there. Oh, where'd he go? He disappeared. There was some eye shine right over there. Here it is again. All this thick debris is starting to come down. Oh, there's the uprooted tree right there. I bet the heavy winds did that. And again, maybe something else did it. Yeah, this has been ripped out, man. Look at this. It's not a real big tree either. I mean, as far as the length of it. Had it been some pretty strong, heavy winds, or maybe something pushed it over. Yeah, I'm just taking a walk up here, recording, just in case something picks up on my camera, because right now I am only using my phone at the moment. Let's walk up a little further, because anything's possible that could get picked up around here. Any of the strange lights that I've been seeing up here. As long as the wind ain't blowing and the temperatures don't feel bad out here at all at the moment. It's going to get cool tonight, but it's all good. And usually this is rare. We've seen the strange light up around this general area. That's why I'm recording, because you know it, be my luck, I'm not recording and then I see something. I actually walked a little further away from my tent than I wanted to this evening, but it's whatever. We're going to work our way back towards camp. All right, head back to camp. Oh, there's eye shine. Oh wait, is that the light from my camp? Yeah, if I put my phone and light down, I don't have much light at the camp, but man, you can see it from here. That's strange. It's a small dim light, but you can see it pretty good from here. Oh shit. My main flashlight, it was fully charged. It is going dead. See? It won't even go on now. This was fully charged. This light was fully charged. All 4 lights were lit up blue before coming out here, and right in here it died on me right here. Watch. Yeah, it won't even turn on no more. there's an energy or something that drains around here. And right up there where I came from, where I just walked, that's where we seen the strange light back in May. There's something around here that drains out the batteries. You guys saw that. My light, I was using both of my headlamp that I have on my head and this light here, which is super bright. It was fully charged and now it's dead. Alright, well, it's definitely time to go back to camp, and I see an extra light way over and off to the left. I don't know if that's from a vehicle or what, but we gotta head back. Yeah, there's my camp over there. See that light? That's from my camp. There was another light over here. I don't see no vehicles. Alright, look, I just got back to camp. I just pulled out my power station right there, and I was just about to plug it up. And this here, I turned this on. Look at all 4 lights are lit up. All 4 lights are lit up. I'm out of that area over there. It would not turn on. Something drained it and dropped it dead over there. But now they're back on. I just did a video showing you guys right before I walked back to camp that my battery, this light would not turn on. All the lights are on right now. Now watch, I'll turn it off. See? All 4 are back on. I told you it was fully charged when I walked away from here. And I was about to recharge it. But it's showing that it does not need to be charged. Something beyond the edge of that field, up there where we seen that strange ball of light back in May, there's something going on in that area. There's an energy or something that drains, or I don't know what to explain. I don't know how to even comprehend that. I seen eye shine in the woods. I assumed it was a deer. It was in the distance. It was about eye level with me. Was it something completely different staring at me that drained my battery, my light? I don't know, but I'm just letting you guys know I got a full battery. Right here, there's nothing here that's draining nothing. I've camped in this spot several times. There's no issues. I haven't had issues in this particular spot right here. But yeah. Alright, I don't know. There's no sense in plugging this up if it's fully charged. If it's working now. I showed you guys just a little while ago. I mean, not even 5 minutes ago, I just showed you guys that it would not turn on. I need to pay attention to what's going on here. So, sit tight, guys. So, I will tell you, my first nights have actually been very interesting. From what you saw a little while ago, which is about... actually almost 2 hours ago by now. It's 7:31. That was about 5:30 when I went for a walk, and I was filming with my phone, which now I'm on the camcorder now, but I just went walking light, had my phone, had the headlamp on that I have on now, and this flashlight right here that was fully charged when I left camp. From the time I left here and got up there and started walking back, that's when it started to go dead. A full charge on this device will last well over an hour. By the time it started going dead, it was about between 15 and maybe 20 minutes at the most. 15 to 20 minutes. It's as long as I had it on. Because by the time I took my time walking here to go up that way, and then I just started to turn around to come back. Alright, so a little backstory on that area for those who don't know. I know you probably heard me mention that's where I say we, there was a couple of us that experienced seeing a strange round ball of light that did not project any beam, nor did it illuminate nothing around it. It was very strange and it was very odd. We don't know how to explain it. Now, I kind of wish David was here because he could give you more detail. He's better at giving and sharing details on what we have experienced out here. So I'm going to try my best to do so. Now, during our group campouts, which you'll see a lot of that explained and discussed on Bigfoot Explorers, well, we've had radios go dead. We've had MP3 players and other devices turn on their own. Okay? We picked up odd sounds and just beyond here off of David's devices. We've had... Alright, let me back up a little bit. Over at our group campout, we've had some of that strange activity occur over there. For those who are familiar with those little round ghost balls, they're also known as cat toys. They're motion activated. It means they got to be moved or touched. Well, surprisingly, we've had them go off on their own at the other camp. There are homestead foundations in this very area. Now, we're not jumping the gun. We don't want to jump to conclusions on, oh, it's haunted here. We don't know that. We don't know. But we're not going to assume that either. We want to be critical. We don't want to assume and point fingers at just any old thing at the moment. We don't know. There's been Bigfoot sightings here. I've spoken to eyewitnesses. We've had those eyewitnesses camp with us before. They've experienced things. Okay, a good friend of mine's wife had actually seen some paranormal activity up around when they camped up here. So there's some strange things that happen around here. Some things that we can't wrap our minds around. You know, could it be paranormal? Could it be something much further beyond our understanding? I mean, that's pretty much paranormal for you. So, I mean, are cryptids involved? I mean, we don't know. It could be a number of things. I mean, if you want to break things down and look at things scientifically, I mean, there's all kinds of things we could make a list of. I don't know. Wow, as cloudy as it is, there's a half moon up there peeking through. But yeah, guys, with what happened with this flashlight, guys, just today, it was fully charged. Then it went dead up there in the same area where we seen the strange light back in May. Got back to camp. I was going to plug this up, and just so happened to hit the button and turn it on. All 4 lights were back and it worked fine. Fully charged again. As of right now, they're still charged. I've used this. I don't know if you can see it right there. Maybe the camera's not doing no justice. I would have to turn the infrared off. But anyway, all 4 lights are still on this device. I've used this on and off several times since I've been back at camp. Alright? So, haven't heard nothing around here. I've had a screech owl land on the trees right here behind camp 2 different times already, which is cool. But anyway, I got other devices charging. Well, I had to charge up my phone. Got one of my other lights right here that I'm charging. It's almost complete. Cool thing about this light here, it's bright, but not as bright as this little one. It's also a power bank, so you need to plug something up to charge it. You can charge right off of this flashlight. 2 of my lights are battery operated. Most of my devices are rechargeable. That's same thing with this flashlight that went dead on me up there and turned on, you know, started working full charge again back here at camp. This is a rechargeable device. Alright, I heard something weird. I think it was the trees creaking. Sometimes they squeak, sometimes they make the weirdest, odd sounds. I do need to check things out. I don't need a bear sneaking up on me, that's for sure. Alright, so yeah, this thing, all 4 lights are staying on right now. Yeah, considering the temperatures, I'm actually very cozy right now. I have my regular camo pants on. Underneath it here, I have sweatpants on. I do have my thermal bottoms. I could put them on, which I think I put them in. I think I put them inside the tent. They're in my backpack. I do have a thermal top on, a t-shirt, and the hoodie. I'm good. I feel pretty comfortable right now. As of right now, it's 7:42 p.m. I'll be up for a little while. Yeah, I'm hearing the screech owls right now. I do have the audio recorder going now, so I just hope it ain't too disappointing in picking up nothing but wind. Yeah, that's what's going on outside right now. There's only about somewhere between 17 to 19 miles per hour winds right now. Tomorrow it's supposed to be much worse. So the tarp, I just hope the tarp stands together, holds together. I mean, it's pretty well secured down. The tent, I'm not worried about the tent. It's secured with heavy duty spikes. I mean, steel spikes. So, but yeah, right now I got my power station. I'm charging up a light or two. But the winds that you just heard, yeah, that was mild to what I just heard before I started recording inside the tent here. It's pretty wild out there. So, but it was getting cold out there, so I decided to come in here because I have a good setup in here. I have good layers on the bottom underneath the tent. So, and plus the layers I have on my cot that I'm laying on right here. 2 wool blankets, my 0-degree sleeping bag, and then my heavy duty wool blanket. Yeah. You know, I gotta admit, I mean, being that it's a small tent and the way I actually constructed it this time around, I mean, last time I did pretty good, but all the layers and the thermal underneath the tent with the outside tarp being a lot closer, especially on this side here, it's actually doubled over. So I think I did pretty good. You can hear the wind. It sounds like it's pretty violent, just the way it sounds on the tarp and everything, but So, and I got these layers here. This is my 0 degree sleeping bag. First I'll let you know I got the cot itself. Then I have my older sleeping bag, which I've had for quite a while. It's still in excellent shape. I have that atop the cot, which I'm laying on that. Again, then I have, like I just pointed out, that there. Then I have this one and this one. And then the heavy duty military grade wool. Yeah. I really hope the winds are not severe out this way tomorrow. Because I want to be able to do some exploring. A couple of areas I want to look into and go back. Because I don't want to have to be walking through the woods and worrying about tree limbs and, you know, trees falling on me. That's the good thing about where I'm at right now, as far as the spot I'm camping at. Yeah, there's a big tree over there, you know, up behind. There's a couple of big trees behind me. But I am up away from that, where there's no limbs. No limbs overhanging here. So I do believe I heard some kind of, I did hear some kind of big crash earlier. I don't know, that was either a big giant tree or a big giant limb or something crashing, and I don't know, it sounded like it was up on the hill on the other side of the stream over there, so I don't know. But normally I'm still sitting outside, but because of the wind, it makes it feel a lot colder. I mean, I can feel the cool air in here, but nowhere is what it's like out there. 'Cause even in here, I stripped a couple layers. I mean, I had my hoodie on, took that off. And of course, I took my outside pants on, and I only have sweatpants on. I don't have my thermals. I mean, I don't have my thermals on. I do have them, but perhaps if it gets too cold tomorrow night, I'll keep an eye on the weather and the temps, whatever, but I may end up doing the thermals with the sweatpants tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. Well, we're starting off today, going across away from camp, just off the edge of the field, and you're going to hear a lot of extreme wind. I mean, there's a lot of wind down here on the lower level. Above, you'll hear the hard sound gushes of the wind up on the ridges and on the higher ground around here. So, but temperatures are beautiful. See, the sun's coming and going in between the clouds, but there's a lot of blue sky up there, as you see right now. But we're going to explore up here. The reason I want to start off here, because with all the cold temps that we've had, a lot of the foliage has come down, a lot of the tall grass has been beaten down. In this particular area, hunters had worn this area out, which used to be an old pull-in roadway anyway. But we're going to use this to enter in. We're going to look for tracks, and then going to kind of go in from there and see what we got. So, and when we get up here, I'm going to bring you guys back and have a little chit chat with you guys. So, but we're going to walk in here. It's pretty obvious. I've already seen horse tracks, because I guess the horseback riders, they come in here. They park right over here. They go up the ways, they go everywhere. So, but yeah, let's get in here, let's check this out. There's a lot of exposed soil right here. I want to look for tracks. That's what I'm here for. Again, I'm already seeing horse tracks, so I'm hoping to find other evidence of anything other than horse tracks or boot tracks. So I already see a couple little minor deer tracks. So all right, I'm gonna get off here, focus. If I see anything, of course I'll bring it back. I'll show you guys. So all right. Oh, and for the record, you're asking why I'm wearing orange. Because it's still hunting season right now. It's still hunting season, and even though I don't see nobody out and about in the area, you gotta be careful. You gotta be cautious. So, all right, let's get going, guys. Oh, old barbed wire fence. Yeah, barbed wire going from there to across here. Camera's probably not picking up because it's rusted and it's blended in. Yeah, you can probably see a little bit of it going right across right there. I see a thing or two that might be interesting to check out. This right here. Got this boat over tree starting from there where it's still rooted, going across here, right between those two little sapling trees that are crossed like an X. Alright, we're going to take our time, look through here, see if there's anything else. What's interesting, besides this bow tree, there's another bow tree right behind it, and an older one that's right here. So yeah, we're going to take our time, try to look through here the best we can, and see what we might come across. I kind of want to go in that direction there. So there's one thing I want to point out while I'm up here. I've seen this once before, and from what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like it's been maintained or added to from the last time I was here. But let's zoom in and let you see what I'm looking at. Somebody built this. It's got a stone wall. They put a roof over it. Pretty cool. Again, I don't think it's been maintained or added to from the last time I came across that, but we're going to work our way down that way towards it and go out that way. Yeah, look at here, jawbone of a deer. I like finding bones scattered through the woods. It's another indication that there's predators around here. Always keep your eyes open. You never know what you might come across. Yeah, bucks don't always use small saplings. On occasions, if it's a decent sized buck, they'll use a bigger tree. But a majority of the time they use small saplings, cedars, and whatnot. But yeah, here's some raisins here, rubbings for all down here. Yeah, I just saw some buck sign coming through here. Here's some more. Here's a scrape. This area here, this is a worked area of a buck scraping and marking his territory during a rut. There's another one right there. Here's another one over here. There's been several hunters throughout the area here. You see signs of a buck, you wonder, oh, I wonder if that buck survived this year. Yeah, I'm sure you guys could hear the sound of the wind. I feel it down here, but you can hear a lot stronger higher above. Because where I'm at right now, I got a high ridge behind me and I got a higher ridge in front of me. So where I'm going at, over in this particular direction right here, which I've been up here before. I went so far up and then I actually climbed up that ridge where there was a heavily used game trail that was going up diagonally. And even though it was going up that steep ridge, that game trail was so heavily used it was actually almost flat walking up in an angle. But one of the things I'm going to check out is before you get up there, there's some rock formations and clusters all throughout the area here. And last time I was up here, I didn't check it out, but it looks like there may be a possible, I'm not saying there is, but it looks like a possible cave structure. So my goal is to kind of work my way up there to see if I can come across it again and check it out. But at the same time, with these hard, heavy winds, I got to be very careful around these trees. Yeah, because especially these big pines, you can see them swaying pretty hard. And these are big pines, and they're swaying pretty well. But we're going to take our time. We're going to head on up here, see what we can check out, if possible. So, I tell you what, besides the wind, the weather, temperatures, it's beautiful out here right now. So, but yeah, let's keep going, guys. I just want to sit and take a little break and let you guys know what I'm working on right now. And real quick while I'm sitting here, I do want to bring something up to you guys. For those who are following and watching, I'm sure my videos, my content disappoints you. And let me explain. Because I'm not finding Bigfoot. I'm not expedition Bigfoot. I'm not out here to give you a thrill like, oh, look, he's got evidence. Oh, look, he's got a Bigfoot on his camera. I'm not here for your entertainment. I'm here to show you what I do, boots on the ground, exploring, enjoying nature, and if I do come across something, hey, I get to share that with you. Evidence and Bigfoot on film is never guaranteed. I like to point some things out. A lot of it's basic. It's educational. There's a lot of people that don't get out here. So I love to share my little adventures out here with you guys. And for those who don't get out here, so if you're here for entertainment, you're at the wrong place. I'm not here to entertain you. I mean, yeah, I like to have fun, even with our group campouts. We have fun around the campout, you know. We do experience some strange things, which we've shared on camera. But we're out here to enjoy nature, and we take our time venturing through these woods out here. You know, you come across some pretty cool stuff sometimes. And again, the evidence and everything that might be out here is not guaranteed to find, you know. If we find it, great. But again, I'm not here for your entertainment, to keep you excited. I mean, a lot of people like to point stuff out in my videos. Like, hey, you look at timestamp such and such. I think you have something watching you. Hey, I love that, because it gives me something to go back and take my time to look through, to analyze. A lot of times, and a majority of the time, it is debunked. Between me and my co-producer, we have software and we have basic stuff that where we could go in and analyze and see things a lot better than you can. So, but as far as the tree breaks, the structures, the formations that we share, it's all for speculation. I find a lot of it interesting, regardless if it's natural, from weather, wildlife, or the possibility of the unknown, Bigfoot, or whatever else might be causing it. There's always that possibility. You got to remember that. So let's get on out here. Let's keep venturing out through these woods here and see what we got. Alright, I just heard some serious cracking from one of these trees up here. The wind is blowing really bad. I don't think it's safe for me to be out here right now. Oh boy. I want to keep going, but I don't want to get myself in trouble either. I don't know. Let me go up a little further. Hopefully what I'm looking for is not that far up ahead. Alright. I got a lot of rocky terrain uneven surfaces that I'm working my way through here, so I got to be careful with that as well. So I'll bring you guys back here in a little bit. Oh boy. So just to give you guys a heads up, what I wanted to check out as a possible cave structure, den, it wasn't what I thought it was exactly. Yeah, I mean, it was just a pile of rocks that looked like it went into a den or a cave, but it wasn't. However, I am way beyond that point, way beyond that point. I'm actually stayed down in the lower. I still have the high ridge to my left and my right. And I keep working my way up, looking for an easier way to get up that ridge. But at the same time, I want to keep going because this is like no man's land. And you just never know what you're going to find out here. I mean, when you're out here way off the beaten path, it's usually where the cool things end up showing up. But so yeah, I'm taking a chance right now, working my way up through these woods with these high winds. I know I'm probably stupid and foolish, but hey, I mean, it's a chance you take in hopes of finding something cool, evidence or whatever it may be. So yeah. I don't know. It's pretty cool looking out here, but we're gonna keep going, and eventually I'll get across. So, all right, but let me jump off here and focus on my terrain here. I gotta be careful. So, all right, guys, I'll be back. Let me get over here. The sun's not showing. Oh, let me zoom in here. I just thought this was a cool thing. You got that tree right there, and you got a rock wall right here, stone wall, and you can see the roots. You can see the roots of that tree. That's pretty cool. This area looks very promising. I don't know, it's just a beautiful area. Oh boy. Yeah, I figured it was time for a break. Plus, right behind me, well, let me back up a little bit. Everywhere I see up ahead of me, everywhere I've walked up, no matter where I look or how far I keep going, it's steep all the way up here. And I need to get on the other side. So I decided, hey, I'm going to have to just pick a spot and climb it. So I figured before I do so, I better sit down for a little bit because I'm going to have to pace myself going up there. It may not look that steep to you, but come out here and see in person. And your legs will get a workout going up there. It is some cardio. But yeah, I'll get up there. I just got to pace myself. Beautiful out here. But yeah, I'm gonna get up there Who knows? Maybe I'll find something up there. I don't know. Sometimes if you're ever out here, if you're ever deep in the woods, try to sit and listen and just take it all in. It's nice when the wind ain't blowing. It's calm and you can hear almost a pin drop out here. Alright, well, I'm going to work my way up this ridge here. Yeah, I'll bring you guys back here after a while. I'm going to tell you what, here's some evidence of a bear. Bears love digging up holes, and especially for bees that are borrowed, because look at here. Yeah, they dug that up pretty good. Yeah, you guys have no idea. The camera's probably not doing no justice, but this is very steep. And I don't know. I'm not quite halfway up yet, but I'm up quite a ways. See, that bear was working his way up this hill. Bears will work their way up a hill in angles. As they come down, they're going to come down in an angle. They're not going to come straight down because they will tumble. Especially if it's a big, heavy bear. But yep. That was a hungry bear. Well, I made it, guys. I'm on top of the ridgeline. And just beyond over there on the other side of that hill, if you drop down, the lake is actually out that way. But yeah, we're going to work our way back down this bridge and get back down to the forest road that's down here. Got a little bit of a hike to get to it, but it's not too bad. So let's get on down there. Let's get some water. I don't know water with me. But yeah, see you guys on the bottom. Probably not till I get back to camp unless something happens or I find something I want to point out or whatever. But yeah, let's get going. Yeah, I'm working my way down on the other side of the ridge. See a lot of down debris here, a lot of weather damage. And then you see something like this here that looks interesting. Yeah, let me walk up on it here. I'll let you see it. It looks interesting. I mean, very well maybe a natural creation. Sometimes these could be interesting. There's always that possibility. But what's interesting about it is the base of that's down there and the base of the other one's over here. And they connect right here at the top. There's actually three. One, two on the right. The one on the left. Yeah, that's interesting. Nonetheless, let's keep moving. I just wanted to share that and point that out to you guys real quick. So, I want to show you guys something. I'm on the forest road, and right here off the edge you got these tire marks right here. I mean, they're pretty obvious. Alright. So, starting right here, there's some kind of impression right there. But then you got this right here. Something with about a 12 to 13 inch foot stepped right in the middle of the tire tracks right here. I know the camera may not be doing any justice, but the heel stops here, it comes up here. Now what we may have is a double step bear track. Now when I back up, you can kind of make out the flat impression in the tire treads right here. So there's a good possibility this was probably just a bear track, a double step bear track. But if you measure it from heel to where the toes appear to be, yeah, it's about 12 to 13 inches. And of course, looking ahead, it's flat right there as well. So what's interesting is from here to here, we have almost a 40-inch stride. So, alright, so yeah, I'm right here on the Forest Road, working my way back to camp. I just wanted to point that out. It was just an observation. Not saying it's Bigfoot, and like I said, there's a strong possibility it's no more than just a bear. The details are inconclusive, except you could clearly make out the impression there. So, wanted to share that with you guys. Alright, let's go back to camp and get some water. I am thirsty. Unfortunately, I had to cut my time short out there in the woods after a long hike, and the first night out there. The weather got a little too extreme. Temperatures weren't the issue. It was the extreme hard winds. Even got so strong it actually blew in some snow. Yeah. I don't like leaving camp like that, but besides that, there was other things I needed to be back home for. My grandson. I have the rest of the week. However, I have plans to meet up with eyewitnesses to film them as well. I may postpone on that. I don't know at this very point, at this very moment. I may go back out. I don't know. I have to look at the weather and see what the winds and everything else is expected to do. But I don't know. It is what it is. You can't always win. You make the best of it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed what I've done so far. There'll be other times. So I got priorities to take care of. So keep it squatchy, guys. Now what's this rock doing on top of this stump over here? tree has not been cut. Broke off. This rock looks like it's been up here for quite some time. Got a feather right here. I always find it cool to find feathers. Yeah, let it stick out of the tree right there. Alright, we're going to keep it going out through here. I see the roadway over here, the forest road. Come back out here. See this creek bed over here. This is it's separate from what I just crossed over there, and it is dry. Wait a minute, what the heck am I looking at over there? I don't know, looks like an interesting structure formation right over here. Not sure, we may have to go check that out. It may not be nothing, but from over here it looks interesting. There's a whole line of rocks and stone all through here. And over here, this is interesting. It looks like a little fireplace. Or it's built up like it might have been a well or something. Or was this part of an old homestead back here? I don't know. We're going to go check this out. Somebody may have camped out back here at some point in time, but also, this looks like an old farm road, old logging road over here. Yeah, this may have been a fireplace at some time, at a point in time, because it's built up like one. Then these stones, they're piled up, circled around these trees right here. I don't know, what's going on back here? Is this part of history? I see right here, look at this. Got a circle right here, that's definitely a fire ring right there. Somebody had a fire there at some point in time. Well, they're well off the beaten path out here, if that's what these are. Oh, look at this, an old Coca-Cola bottle. In glass, too. I haven't seen these in years. Well, this one here is not that old, 2021. Okay, so it's not as old as we think. Okay, cool. What the hell? This would be an excellent location to come and check out. I think I found the area that I'm gonna come tonight and do a little stakeout here, listen. What the heck is this going on here? Why do... What's the point of having duct tape around this here? This is duct tape. What was this used for? What was going on back here? Alright, so we got rocks piled up around that tree, rocks piled up around that tree. It looks like this looks like an old wall right here. This looks like the rocks pile up and go out that way. Like this was a walkway. A small walkway right through here. What was that for? Well, I do know up a little ways. Let me back up. Somehow I zoomed way in. Yeah, I am zoomed way in. How did that happen? I was not holding this down. Alright, that's very strange. I was not holding the button down to zoom in. That's very strange. So what I was showing you is the rocks built up around this here, built up around this, and the rocks going down here, going around the curves right here, and you got over on the right side, you got all this right here. The camera's probably not doing no justice, but it goes into a walkway, which looks like this might have been part of an old logging road, farm road, or whatever at some point in time. So there's this area here, because the rocks pile up right here, and they extend out this way. I know up this way, if you follow this dry creek bed up here, over up on the right there is a homestead up there where we've actually hung out during our group campouts. This area really sparks my curiosity. What's going on out here? What's out here? What's been out here? Who lived out here? Who died out here? And does Bigfoot exist out here? According to reports and sightings from others, yes, he's been seen out here. Alright, I'm going to continue to scout this area out, check it out, and see if I can find anything that stands out kind of odd. A lot of this stands out odd because these rocks look like they're forming the edge of a path right here. You got rocks running here, rocks out here, and it's clear right here, like this was a trail or a path or walkway. All this looks like it was part of something at some point in time. Unless you go into a library or the historical center, there's no information about this location online. The history of this location. All we do know is that there's been homesteads out here. We found the homesteads, some of them, but there's nothing online about this location. And we got to check this out. We got to explore this much further. So in the direction I'm showing you right now is the campsite, right up ahead. But right here from the edge of the forest road is the foundation of the old homestead that was right here. And I'm going to take you in there right now. I can see it from here during the daytime. So, right here at this tree is the corner of the old homestead right here. And then you got this here in the middle that may have been part of a chimney or fireplace. You got stone in there, stone and mortar. And see, now I am hitting the zoom button. And there's some old metal in here. There's old scrap metal of some sort. But right now, I am actually literally walking on top of the foundation. And over here, I'm not sure what this was, but there's something made out of block and mortar right there. And right here, as you see, here's the other corner right here. And right here is the other corner, and the wall comes over this way here. It wasn't a really big place, but your mountain folk, a lot of your old mountain folk and country people lived out here in these woods. And of course, if you step down here, which you watch our when you do, or when you have watched our episodes from the group campouts, we walked through here. So we hung out and spent some time in this campsite over here. And, one of the things I failed to point out to you too, which I thought was interesting, is this tree that's been completely bent over underneath this dead tree right here, tucked underneath of it. I thought this was interesting. Here's the other campsite up here, and I am seeing a pumpkin. Somebody brought a pumpkin out here and threw a pumpkin down there in the creek bed. Yep, there it is right there. Between the deer, the bears, they'll all get a piece of it. I have not been back in this campsite since our last group campout. That stone right there, I've had the camera and my audio recorder sitting there. Right behind this stone is where I was hearing this electrical buzz sound. Alright. I was also sitting there when it sounded like somebody from that direction was approaching me from behind. And somebody has camped here, I believe, since the last time, because they had cut up some wood. There's some leftover stuff over there. Some sawdust from the cut up wood. Now, this campsite itself, I wouldn't mind coming here, just sitting here again by myself. Because somewhere up on that hill, or over here, we've had what sounded like something got thrown over towards us when we were here as a group. So I'm just trying to scout out an area where I feel like I want to come set up at nighttime by myself. Of course, I am camping by myself, so. I don't know. If the wind ain't blowing tonight, if it's going to be dead quiet, this will be a good spot to come sit and listen right here. Oh, time will tell. We'll see. So yeah, I just got back from doing a little scout around where I wanted to go check out, and then some. I do believe I found a great location. But we're gonna play this by ear because it's been windy all day. Although the wind has died down quite a bit, it's still pretty windy. I really want to get up there and spend some time up there. I may take a chance tonight and do it anyway, but depending on how strong the wind is, by the time the evening comes and it starts to get a little dark, I may have to, I may just skip tonight up that way and just sit here and chill and relax here at camp. I mean, I have my thermal, which I'll be able to scan the field and the tree lines over there. I'll have my, regardless of whatever I do tonight, I'll have my audio recorder out and recording. So, I just love being out here, guys. I really do. I love being out here. I don't care if I'm exploring or not. Just being out here is peaceful, and I just can't get enough of it. But there's a couple things I'm going to address. There's a couple things I want to touch base on that I was suggested, well, not suggested, but asked about or mentioned where people want me to talk about, which you guys are going to hear that here in a little while. So, but meanwhile, I'm just going to sit here, relax at camp. Yeah, I might be getting something to eat here very soon. So, but I'm going to bring you guys back here very shortly. So sit tight, relax, and enjoy. I have not cold weather camped in quite some time, but we're out here to investigate and also have a good time. So I'll bring you guys back here after a while. By the time I probably bring you back, we'll probably be up in the woods, unless something changes. But regardless, I will bring you back regardless of where I'm at or what I'm doing. So guys, sit tight, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, right before I just started recording, right up over in this direction, over up where we seen the strange light, I know I was not seeing things, and it's too cold for lightning bugs. What I seen over there to the right, just inside the tree line, looked like it would be a lightning bug, just like very bright. I don't know what I just saw, but there was something like a star in the woods right over there. We're going to walk up over there, we're going to look over there. I'm going to record from the time I leave here and get up to that point and see if we could pick up anything on the camera. Unfortunately, I was walking along here and I just happened to look up and I saw something shine like it was a star or a very bright lightning bug. Which there's no lightning bugs out right now because it's very, very cold right now. Come on, let's get up there. So I'm walking, I got the tripod fully extended, and we're walking up in that direction where I saw something. And if something shines again, I'm hoping I capture it on camera. But we're going to get up into that location and just hang out there, because that's for what I saw, that's enough for me to say, hey, we're going to hang out over here. Now if there is lightning bugs out, I am extremely surprised and shocked. And the area where I saw whatever shined, it's very thick in here. So what the heck was that? Alright. I'm going to walk up a little further. Alright, let me go. There's a curve right up here in the forest road here. Let me go around a curve. This is a little awkward walking with the tripod fully extended right now. We're going to walk up a little farther and sit put. Keep in mind, the only light I have is what I'm looking through on the camera of the IR. Yeah, see, this is extremely thick through here. I don't see how I can see anything up through here. It's very thick. And I walked through here earlier. I'm going to leave the camera facing in this direction right now. Let me open up the tripod. There we go. And we're going to sit here. We're going to watch for a little bit. We're going to listen. It is super quiet out here right now. Alright, we're going to go a little further up. I'm hearing some faint howls in the distance. But yeah, we're going to go a little further in. And it gets spooky the further you go in. So, it's already spooky here. I already feel a little vulnerable here. It's dead quiet. It's very thick on both sides here. I'm trying to listen for any movement or anything that might be in the area, but we're going to go a little further up. Sit there for a few minutes to see what happens. Okay, it was a small car. They came by, passed. Actually, they slowed down. It was kind of a young guy driving by himself. He was a camo. I don't know if he was coming out of the woods from hunting. But just prior to having that car coming along, I heard what sounded like someone to scream or yell out this way. Ooh, some kind of bug just flew by my ear. And just so you know, the only light I'm using at this very moment, since I've been filming out here, is just the IR light that's on the camera that you see me in. Other than that, if you were standing here with me, it's complete darkness out here. The only time I'll turn my headlamp on is when I am headed back out of here, or on the move, period. And it's been dead quiet out here. I've heard a couple things, hoots and howls, and some type of scream earlier. Yeah, other than that, it has been silent out here. And I think that's kind of what makes it a little bit more creepy. And I just realized I did not turn my audio recorder on yet. I got to get back to camp and turn that on. I should have brought it out here with me. But I'm hoping the camera captured a couple things I did hear out here. Of course, I won't know till after I go back and review all the footage and all that good stuff. Well, it's been quiet out here. Been up here for quite some time. I'm not seeing nothing. Saw that weird light. I don't even know if I want to call it a light. It was like a star in the woods. Well, like anyone who's ever seen a lightning bug normally see multiple lightning bugs. And this was all by itself. It was pretty bright. But also, I describe it more like a star. When I was walking up here earlier, I looked up ahead, and in the direction I'm looking right now, it was kind of up high. It wasn't low. If I had to guess on height, probably a good 20 feet up in the air. And all this thick stuff up here. So I don't know if that has any relation to the ball of light that we seen as a group back last May. I don't know. This area is very weird and very strange. It's got some stuff going on here. We don't know what's going on, but we're slowly but surely coming close to drawing a conclusion on a lot of this, but then again, still scratching our heads, still got questions unanswered, of course. But yeah, we're going to work our way back to camp now. I got to get that recorder going, and I'll touch base with you guys once we get back there and I get everything situated. This is the direction I want to go. This is directly up behind where we seen that strange light back in May of 2025. Well, it's gotten pretty thick back here. I'm directly right behind where we seen that strange light. Somebody suggested it could be, that light, sometimes gas and swamps and moisture could give off various weird, strange, odd lights. This area is dry, just full of thick brush, grass, and right now, a lot of fallen debris right now. I'm not seeing anything naturally that would give off that light. Nothing around here is making sense. What was that strange ball of light? If you're not understanding what I'm referring to, you need to watch Bigfoot Explorers. We had an experience in this very area seeing a round ball of light from the roadway over in this area right now where I'm at. That strange ball of light did not illuminate nothing around it, nor did it project a beam like a flashlight or a spotlight. It was very obvious, but very strange and unexplainable. What was that ball of light? I'm going to continue looking back here, seeing if I can find anything. I mean, it's very eerie right now. I mean, it's not even dark time. It's not even nighttime yet. And this area is giving me the creeps. So, we're going to continue to explore and see if there's anything at all we can find back here. That was not easy coming through all that. If you look through here, it's pretty thick through here. I don't see me really digging it in here like I would love to. So we're going to go over this way where it's on a hill, but it's clear. So let's continue on this way. And that indicates signs of a bear that's been back here. I'm sure the deer, they bed down all through here. They're well protected and covered back here. But I don't see me going too far back here. The brush, it's kind of low. My guess is to go back out in the open and come down further. See where that might take me, or what it looks like over there. More destruction from bears. Oh man, briars are hanging low. I'm overlooking them. Out. Why does this look like some kind of shelter? Why does this look like it's been brought down to form some kind of cover? These trees look like they've been deliberately bent over with other stuff over top of them. I don't know what I'm looking at here, but it looks like it's been deliberately done. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of natural fallen debris in here, but some of it don't make sense. And if we come back out of the open, if you see, it goes up on a ridge right there, a small ridge line. Oh man, I'm ripping my hat off here. Low overhang. A lot of debris. I gotta watch myself. Watch where I step. Man, you can see how thick it is back here. It's extremely thick. All right. Alright, from this location here, I'm seeing the forest road right over here, so I'm close to the forest road. I think at this point in time, I'm going to go back out to the forest road, because I've gone beyond the point where we've seen a strange light, and it's really thick in there. And I will tell you, it's dry, it's not swampy, it's not marshy, nothing like that. So I believe it's safe to say we can rule out swamp gas. Yeah, some swamp gas has been known to put out weird lights. But yeah, look how thick it is right through there. Alright, and the roadway's right here. We're going to go out to the forest road. So I am in a totally different spot. I'm the same area, just a different camp spot. I was expecting more people to be out here because now, as of November 1st, muzzleloader, black powder season is now in here. The other campsites over in the field area are occupied. There's campers, RVs, because there's people that camp out here during the hunting season. I've already had several trucks come down this forest road over here. I'm off one of the forest roads, and this spot here is actually where we've been doing a lot of hanging out and investigating, because we've been picking up some weird stuff in this general area. So that's interesting that this became available. Just beyond here is one of the foundations of one of the old homesteads that are here. So so with the foliage coming down, I mean, I got a good view in the forest behind me. On the other side, there's actually a creek bed back here, just like there is behind the other camp spots. So it's going to be interesting. Today's going to be a little windy. We got, you know, as usual, it's going to be cool temps. One thing I have not done before, I got a tarp I'm laying down first. Then I'm going to set the tent up on top of that, and of course go about my normal way of setting up the inside, and then adding the extra insulation. But this tarp's going to help a lot. So for whatever leftover tarp is behind it, I'm going to be able to fold that over on top of the tent. So we're going to try anyway. So, but let's get going. We're going to finish setting up here, and then I got plenty of wood here. I actually brought some wood with me, and I was just looking around. There's a lot of down stuff right here I'll be able to cut up. There's right here in the fire, there's a fire pit right over here to my right, and there's a couple pieces that can be cut up and used right here. So yeah, I see a lot of other stuff that's down I could drag right over here. I mean, I don't think I'll be hurting for firewood. We'll have a good fire. Not so much of a, I don't think I'm gonna have, not so much of a fire tonight, because it's supposed to be really windy today. Tomorrow it will be pretty calm. So I don't know. We're gonna play it by ear and see how things work out here. But tonight and tomorrow, I think it's gonna be interesting. I did bring trail cameras. Not sure. I was gonna set them up in my campsite. Maybe I'll do that, or maybe I'll set them right up close nearby behind the camp area here. I got this little hill that goes up to this ridge over here in that direction. So I might do some exploring up there. Might do some exploring back here. I don't know. We're going to wait and see and play it by ear and see what things look like, because it is definitely interesting back here. I'm looking forward to getting out here, see what we can find, and meanwhile, I'm going to have a great time. But I'm going to get set up here, so I'll be back shortly. So from this angle, I don't know if the camera is making this out, but so I got the blue tarp underneath, and what little extra I had hanging out on the back side, I was able to bring it up as a back wall barrier. So any kind of wind and cool air, that will kind of help protect right there, because my cot, once my cot goes inside, it's going to be on the back side anyway. So that's the first line of protection. I got my big blue tarp that I've been using. That's going to go over top of the whole thing anyway, and not sure how we're going to set that up this time around. I may have it starting here, and I might have the extra overhang over on this side, but yeah, we're going to figure that out as we go. But I'm going to take this camera and show you on the back side. Like I said, it don't look like much, but that little bit's going to help a lot. So this is what I did. Like I said, it's covering the backside. Like I said, it's going to help out a lot. Through the grommets, I got it secured to the frame of the tent itself on both sides. Now, if there was a middle grommet, which there is not, I would have probably done something like that, but that's going to work. And again, it's going to be more secured once I put the other top over top anyway, to help protect from the wind and whatnot. But it's secured down. I got my 4 steel stakes on each corner. So, all right, let's continue, guys. So I want to show you progress. If you watched the last camping video, you know this was a new addition right here. It's actually labeled as a blanket, but if you look at it, it's actually designed like a tarp. It's got 4 reinforced grommets on each corner. it's considered a thermal blanket, but again, it's waterproof, windproof, and I'm using it as a barrier for extra insulation. And if you look at the back side, how I have the blue coming up the back, this actually overlaps it, adds extra protection. Now, we're not expecting any rain, but this will definitely add a lot of extra protection from rain as well. But I'm doing this for cold weather. All right. Now, the temperatures, I've been watching the temperatures up to this very day. Now, they've been fluctuating. They've been by little. It is going to get down into the low 30s tonight, and then tomorrow it's only supposed to get in the 40s. So it's not that bad, but better to be protected and, you know, and all that good stuff. So I already have one of my quilts on the floor in there that I use as an extra, like a flooring. So yeah, we're in good shape. Now it's time to apply the tarp. So all right, let's get going, guys. So yeah, a lot of the gear and the material that I use out here to set up camp is this actually this pretty cool camping table. Let me back up a little bit here. You know, I'll show you. Starts off like this inside a flat zip-up bag. Just open it up. Then you got the top. Comes with 4 cup holders. Yeah, you can snap it in, and sometimes it can be a pain in the butt. I'm not gonna lie, it can be a pain in the butt. You gotta make sure every section's lined up right on the most part. There we go. This is where my I usually put my cook stove on here, which is gonna be right over here. All right. And then I do have a little real thin blanket I use as a tablecloth. So, and of course, like I said, it comes in this zip-up case. So, but I'm going to finish getting set up here. I'm going to give you an outside overlook view of the tarp I have set up, the big tarp. And I think we're in good shape, guys. But anyway, yep, we're going to finish so we could start scouting around the area here. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to, is getting out, checking out the area. I want to go back there. I also want to go up on the hillside over there and check that out. But I even want to go up the forest road a little bit. But I think if we go behind camp over here, venture up that way, that might work out. So, all right, guys. See you guys soon. And again, I do want to remind you guys that a lot of what you see here, if you're interested in obtaining it for your own camping setups, you can check out my profile on Amazon, as I am one of the Amazon influencers who displays merchandise and gear for camping, research, and a little bit of everything. So you can check that out and support my profile. If you click on the item, it will pop up with the price, because I've had people ask me, well, how do you find the price? Click on the item and the price will show up. Not bad for only a 6-inch bar. And my chain is a little. I have to change you. Between what little wood I've already cut up so far, and plus I brought some wood I was able to get from work, I'm gonna have more than enough wood here. I'm not even gonna cut all this up today. I'll work on some more tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna have plenty of firewood between the logs and dead stuff laying around here. I will not be lacking on firewood, so I'm in good shape. So. All right. So to give everybody a better look of my camp area and what's out here, there's a forest road, and there's that hill leading up to that. There's a ridge line that runs up through there. And then let's walk down here into camp. I'll try my best to show you on the back side here. There is a creek and stream that's run through there. Now, it goes uphill right up there. I've hiked that whole ridge line where it comes down over here. But what I want to do, well, let me show you guys first here what I got going on. But yeah, it's not much water in it, but I see some trickling through. However, what I want to do is get on the other side and venture up that way, explore out that way. Now, one thing, when I was looking around the camp area here, now, yeah, of course, several other people have camped here, and some probably not long ago. Now, I've always found it interesting. Why would somebody put a stone on top of a stump? Is it marking something? I don't know. Were they using it to break that glass that's on top of the stump? Maybe, for whatever reason. Kids were probably doing something like that. Or perhaps it was something that they were shooting at. I don't know. But I have found rocks way out in the middle of nowhere, in odd places, on other down trees, laying on the, like for example, something like that down tree right there. It would be odd to find a rock laying on top, because we know that's not natural. Rocks don't fall from the sky. But again, I have found rocks on top of other rotted, dead stuff, but I always find that interesting regardless. So, but yeah, I can't wait to explore and check out that area there. But like I said, I do want to go over there, but for some reason this area out here is calling to me more. So, but I just want to give you guys a look of what it looks like around camp here. This is not a campground, although if you look online, it's labeled as a campground. It's part of the national forest. It's primitive camping. Anywhere you basically find an open spot or a site, you can set up camp here. Now, one thing for previous people here, they leave trash behind. Yep. Women, feminine needs, scattered toilet paper. At least carry a bag with you. I got my little portable potty that I use, that you put a trash bag liner in it, and then you dispose of it when you're done, And I want to show you, I wish I should have showed you a before and after, but I had to clean this fire pit out a little bit. It had some burnt up logs in it, and the stones were crappy looking. So I rearranged them. I like doing a horseshoe fire pit. So considering that it's going to be windy today, I built kind of a high wall. So yeah, this is my tent setup right here, my camp setup. I'm good to go, and I'm going to tell you what, it's actually nice out right now. I'm in a hoodie right now. I'm about to come out of my hoodie. It's around 60 something degrees, between 60 65 maybe. And there goes crows making ruckus up there. So, but yeah, I just want to give you guys a good view of my camp area. And right back there is where the foundation to an old homestead's right back there. So, all right, let's carry on. So one of the things I wanted to try to do is try a gift or leave a gift out in the woods here, somewhere not too far off. I'm getting ready to go out, do a little exploring, and I'm not sure exactly at this very moment which direction I'm going to go. But a lot of people have asked me in the past, what's my thoughts on gifting? Well, I don't believe in leaving food. Food should be a big no-no, especially if you plan on doing this anywhere near where you're camping. All right, so why not leave food? Well, there's other wildlife out here. You do not want to start leaving food in an area. One, you're habituating wildlife. Wildlife could be dangerous. It could cause harm. It could pose a threat to you and anyone else who comes into this area. Common sense, okay? A lot of people don't use common sense because they think, oh, we're going to leave peanut butter out. Bigfoot loves peanut butter. So does every other freaking species of wildlife. Come on now. Common sense. All right, so with that being said, I do believe in leaving trinkets and, you know, whatever it may be. Right now, I just took 3 strands of guy line, cut them down to about the same length, and what I'm about to do is braid it. Yes, I know how to braid. I got 2 daughters, so didn't take me long to learn how to do this. So, but well, we're gonna start braiding right now as we speak right now. All right, it's been a while since I've done this, but we're gonna do it anyway. So, but what I plan on doing is braiding this together, and I'm gonna add it or hang it on a tree limb somewhere. All right. My braiding, I don't know, maybe there's a better way of doing this, but I mean, we don't want to, you know, it doesn't have to be fancy or perfect, but I think I'm doing all right. It's actually looking pretty good. It's not a tight braid. We can make it a tight braid, but so for those who are wondering, I am recording on 2 devices right now. The camcorder, which is, this is going towards the series that I started, and which there's a new series apart from Bigfoot Explorers, for those who've been paying attention, starting early in 2026, Gone Rogue. If you're watching this on Gone Rogue, yes. And for those who are watching on Facebook, and when I upload this video, be on the lookout. Apart from Bigfoot Explorers, there's going to be another series with just me, yours truly, Gone Rogue. It's just me by myself. Doesn't have to be perfect for what I plan on using this for. You can make this into a bracelet if you want, but so what I'm going to do right now at the very end of this, I mean, I could have gone a little further, but I'm going to tie it off right here. And there we go. So I made a simple braid. Yeah, it can be used as a bracelet, which we're going to end up tying this together once I put it on a tree limb, and I'm going to have something else hanging on it. So, yep. It's tied on both ends where it's not going to come apart. Again, just a simple braid. All right. All right, so right now I got my backpack ready to go because I'm going to put out 2 trail cameras. And we're going to do some exploring. You know, and today is supposed to be extremely windy. You know, I'm sure you heard the tarp blowing, but in this particular area, it's been very mild. I gotta say, it has been very mild. So that's a good thing. And the temperature is nice right now. It has, you know, it's gonna start cooling off a little bit after 7 p.m. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish gearing up. I'm gonna put my pants on, my hiking pants on, because I'm in some long shorts right now. And but yeah, we're gonna finish getting stuff together. We'll do a little exploring, and then when we come back, I'm gonna eat something, put some food in my belly. So, all right, let's get on out there, guys. It's only 5:33 p.m. and it's already getting very dark out here. And I'm guessing it's probably a little bit darker in this spot here because I'm more surrounded by trees than I am from when I'm over there by the open field. I mean, but then again, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Since it's getting dark early, I'm going to go ahead and put my audio recorder out. I mean, I've already started to hear a couple of little minor things, but you never know what could get started out here when it starts to get dark. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and set the audio recorder out. There is a down broken tree over there, and there is a stump over here as well. I may place it just on top of the stump. I don't know. There's a possible chance of some light rain tonight, so not sure. I'm gonna figure this out. So, but stay tuned, guys. I'll be back. Alright, got a nice fire going. It's dark out right now, and I'm not gonna turn the lights on just yet. I'm gonna hold off on that just for the time being, because it's early. It's only like not even 6 o'clock yet, and it's dark out here. Got the audio recorder going right back here. I just came from setting that up. Under the down tree going across the stream. Yeah, the only thing you can see the difference is the sky. The forest and everything around here, it's already dark. So, we're going to leave that there. I got to watch my step because there's a little ditch line there. So I got 2 trail cameras out. They're not turned on yet. I got one just up over there going out of a campsite, but it's facing in. The other one, when I go inside the tent tonight, it's right here inside my cup holder on my chair. I'm going to turn that on just to see if something, just to monitor later on to see if anything's coming through the camp while I'm asleep. Because you just never know. You just never know. So, I've already put some stuff away. The power station, I'll bring that inside the tent. I got plenty of lights. You always want to make sure you have plenty of lights, especially inside and whatnot. But all right, so guys, sit tight. We're gonna relax, and then I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before I turn any lights on. The only light I'm using right now is the campfire. Plenty of light for the time being. So, for those who are wondering, I'm actually up on the small ridgeline, or the hill that's up behind my campsite. From this direction here, I can still see my camp right here. Let me turn the camera. You see the blue right there? There's my camp right there. I found a way to safely cross the stream that's right behind the camp. So I'm over in this area here. There's some potential up here. There's some very interesting stuff up here. I thought this was interesting. Yep, seeing some fresh buck sign up here. But yeah, we're going to continue on exploring. We'll probably go up on this hill a little bit, but we're going to go head over this way. So yeah, I'm also recording with the camcorder. But I'm throwing a couple short field videos in here along with my camp video that you guys are watching right now. So, but yeah, let's get going, guys. So I just came from venturing up there, came all the way down here, and right behind my camp is this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees leaned in together. There's actually a small skinny standing tree that could be number 7, but there's 6 trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees either broke, pushed over, or bent in, all joining together at the top here. Question: is there a coincidence that weather did this, or was something else? I mean, was there a force of nature? Was there, you know, you want to question and try to rule out all possibilities. Then 2 of these trees are pretty massive, you know, strong, big trees. Makes you really wonder. I can tell you, this ain't the work of a bear. Yeah, bears push over trees and bend trees, but what's the chances of them doing this in this formation? I think we're looking at possibly the work of the big guy himself. And again, I'm on the other side of the creek, and you can see my tent, the tarp over there. That's my camp over there. All right, we're going to look around here since we're over this area. Yeah, this is pretty cool, man. I think this is probably the coolest thing I've found since I've been in these woods out here, at least this weekend anyway. So, all right, I'll bring you guys back here after a while. And real quick, I'm underneath of it right now. And you got 2 other tree breaks. You got this one here breaking off this way, and then that one there breaking down to go in that direction. I gotta say, it's pretty cool. Oh, wait a minute, what the heck am I looking at over here? Hold on. Hold on, let's take a walk over here real quick. I'm gonna put this down. Wait a minute. Now I'm seeing something over here. Wait, there's something small over there. Let me look at this here. Just real quick. This here looks interesting. Got a broken tree coming in over here. I don't know, it may not be nothing, but from that angle there, it did look like something. Looked very interesting. All right, so let me walk back up to what I wanted to go look at. Again, it may not be nothing. It's small. Looks like a mini tiny tripod or teepee type structure. I don't know. Again, it may not even be nothing, but I just want to get a look. You never really know till you get up on something. All right, no, it's just a simple tree break. Nothing to get excited about. But yeah, that's interesting. All right. Now, I'm on the side of the stream, of the creek, that's kind of steep, so I need to find a way to get across to get back to camp. I need to get me a bite to eat. I'm feeling very hungry and thirsty. So, All right, if I see anything else, guys, I'll take pictures and I'll bring you guys back, but I need to find a way to get back on the other side over there. And as I'm finding a way to work my way down to this creek to cross over, I noticed this impression right here. It starts from right here, comes all the way up to here, where it looks like there was toe impressions. Yeah, heel here and toes up here. It's coming up, going up this way, coming from my side of the camp. Something or someone had stepped here. Could that be a decent sized bear? There's that possibility, but judging from what I'm seeing here, it looks more humanoid. I know the camera's not doing no justice, but I'm showing you anyway. So, but yeah, there's camp over there. I gotta work my way down here. So I made it back to camp, and I'm sitting here relaxing. Had a nice hike. I'm gonna do some more. I plan on definitely doing a little bit more after I relax a little bit here and have a bite to eat. Not really sure which direction I want to go, but we'll see. At some point, David and Melissa are going to come visit. They know what campsite I'm in. So, I don't know. From here on out, we'll play it by ear. See what happens. But, yeah, I thought that structure formation was pretty interesting. I don't know. What do you guys think? Bigfoot or something else? This is a little bit more wood than I had yesterday. I'm going to have a good fire tonight. I tried not to make the fire last night too big because it was windy. It's supposed to be calm all day today. So I plan on having a decent fire for my last night. Some leftover stuff from work. I even cut some in half and then split them for kindling. So, yeah, I'm in good shape. Yeah, I cut most of that. This top stuff has been cut and then split with my hatchet. Yeah, my horseshoe pick. Yeah, I love, for some reason, I don't know why, but I prefer an open fire pit. Horseshoe. It's easy to walk up to, especially if you want to get warm. And then maneuver, put stuff in. If you want to cook over it, it's easy to deal with. So that way, and plus, if you have to walk up to do whatever, you don't trip over the stones or whatever. If you're clumsy like me, yeah. So one thing I want to play for you guys, which you're about to see, well, not really see, you're going to listen. Last night, I've only heard a couple things. I had an owl right behind camp, right when it's starting to get dark. And probably around, I don't know, I think it was around 8, 9 o'clock. There was this other howl. And it sounded like it was coming from the ridge right across from me. Then at one point, it sounds like it was coming from behind me. And of course, you know, sound carries, and, you know, there's a lot of ridges up here. And so, you know, vocalizations, they bounce from ridge to ridge. Anyway, it was interesting. It's definitely canine, but it did not sound like a coyote, which I am so familiar with coyotes. I've heard them sound off, you know, solo. And usually when they do sound off solo, you'll usually have a pack of them that will sound off afterwards. Again, this did not sound like a coyote. I'm thinking more of a wolf. But we do have wolves there in Virginia. So, I don't know. Just take a listen. So as you just heard, that short video clip was from last night, and I didn't start recording right away because it was going on a lot longer than that. So again, what's your take? All right, I don't know what I just heard. I heard a howl, then I heard some weird screech type sound. It might have been a canine, I don't know. But I'm recording just in case if it does it again. Starting to hear a couple things now, so. The heck was that? People? That didn't sound normal. I don't know. Nah, that wasn't a person. I don't know, it almost sounded canine, but there it goes again. Canine, but there it goes again. If it is a canine, I haven't heard dogs or nothing all day long. I heard the canine howl last night that was up on the ridge, but this is something different and not far off. I don't know, guys. I can't make heads or tails out of it. What do you guys think? I'll wait another minute and then I'll stop the recording here because I'm going in for the night. Ooh, I hear a screech owl. I don't know if the phone's picking that up. I got my audio recorder going. That's awesome. I love hearing them. Them and barred owls. I want to wish you guys a good night. Thank you for watching the video. I'm in the tent for the night. And I'm all cozy and comfortable. So when I do go out on these campouts, I always make sure I provide enough footage of what I do out here and what I find. Yeah, so you guys will continue to see camping videos with some field exploring and stuff like that. But a lot of the other more in-depth details and other information and other findings will be on the filming project. So, but meanwhile, guys, keep it squatchy. And yeah, I'm turning it in for the night. Thank you for watching, and God bless. So here it is, Sunday morning, and you know, I was walking over here up behind camp on the edge of the creek, and I wanted to point something out to you guys. All right, so that big structure I saw was right over there. All right, so now before I came across that, I was way up there, almost on top of that high ridge up there. I wasn't completely at the top because it was quite a ways up there. And from here, you probably can't really tell from here. But like I said, I was quite a ways up there. And I had view from way up there to seeing my camp right here. So I got to thinking, what if Bigfoot was up there? Bigfoot could be anywhere through here. And you can see, even though a lot of the foliage is down, it's pretty thick, a lot of trees in here. There's a good healthy combination of both hardwood and pines up through here. And this here, even with, again, with the foliage down, all these trees give a lot of camouflage, a lot of blend, and you could easily be hidden through here. Any other species of wildlife included, deer, even a bear. A bear might stand out if they're big enough within, a certain distance, because they're, solid black. But then again, would they? So think about it. A Bigfoot could be up there watching you. If I had view from up there to see the camp down here, what about a Bigfoot? So yeah, again, my whole point is Bigfoot could be anywhere nearby watching me, or anybody for that matter. So I just wanted to share that with you, just the last minute morning thought. And don't ever underestimate the abilities or, of being watched. Just because you don't see them doesn't mean they don't see you. That's my whole point. So